facility.
And officials are still waiting for medical examiners to conduct an autopsy on a suspect who died in a deadly shooting in Carter County last week. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has identified the suspect as Curtis James Duggar. According to police, an officer was looking for Duggar, who was wanted on federal warrants. The officer found Duggar in a wooded area near Parkway Boulevard and Southside Road, and that's when the officer and Duggar exchanged gunfire. The officer involved was injured, but he is now out of the hospital. Officials say an autopsy will be performed on Duggar. And the results are in, and we now know who the winners are from Saturday night's two big elections. But we also know who's out of the race to the White House. Donald Trump is waking up a big winner this morning following the South Carolina Republican primary. Trump came out ahead of Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, who finished in a virtual tie for second place. For Cruz and Rubio, a strong finish in South Carolina means momentum heading into Super Tuesday on March 1st, when almost 600 delegates are at stake. However, there was no good news for Jeb Bush. He finished in the bottom three and made the announcement to his supporters last night that this will be his last primary as a 2016 presidential candidate.
The people of Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina have spoken, and I really respect their decision. So tonight I am suspending my campaign.
South Carolina voters said the most important quality that they look for in a candidate is that they share the same values, the most important issue being terrorism. And Donald Trump is not the only person celebrating. Several states away, Hillary Clinton is also celebrating a big win in the Nevada Democratic caucuses. That's where Clinton beat her rival Bernie Sanders. Nevada turned out to be a neck-and-neck race between the two candidates. Clinton campaigned hard for the support of minority voters and rural Democrats. Sanders' campaign, on the other hand, depended on a strong turnout from first-time caucus goers. This win could boost her campaign ahead of South Carolina's primary next weekend and Super Tuesday on March 1st. Current beer ordinances in one Tri-Cities town could become more relaxed very soon. On Sundays, Johnson City restaurants must wait until noon to sell alcohol, but that could change if a new ordinance is approved. That ordinance would allow restaurants to sell alcohol beginning at 10 a.m. in the morning and would also include fewer restrictions on private events. Vice Mayor David Tomita says as Johnson City continues to grow, its ordinances need to change as well.
With the downtown pavilion, with Founders Park, with the new green space we'll be doing at the U-Haul site, there's a degree of utilization that we haven't seen in the past. So we wanted to make sure that our ordinances were not restrictive to what was going to occur down there.
Even though the ordinance was approved 4-1 at the last commission meeting, it still has to gain approval on a second and third reading.
Well, people